Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of BraveHawk Talk, the UNC Pembroke Athletics Podcast. I'm Slavin, your host and Assistant Athletic Director for Marketing Partnerships, and we're glad that you're joining us here today. Today we feature head coach from the UNC Pembroke Spirit Squad and UNC Pembroke alum, Kristen Freeman, along with standout freshman basketball player coming into her sophomore year from the women's basketball team, Alcenia Purnell, better known as AP. Again, thanks so much for joining us. Turn the volume up, sit back, and we hope you enjoy today's episode. We're here with head Spirit Squad coach, Kristen Freeman. Kristen, thanks so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Can't complain.
And you are now officially a master as you just graduated with your master's in clinical and mental health counseling degree. Congratulations. Does that feel like a huge load off your shoulders now, graduating as you were taking classes in an internship and coaching both the cheer and dance, which composed the UNCP Spirit Squad last year? How does it feel to be done?
Feels like a big accomplishment. It's a lot of stress that has been removed from me. Now I feel like I have a lot more time to actually focus in on the Spirit Squad and do a lot more fundraisers and a lot more with the community and game day and things like that. So it just feels nice to know that I can actually take all my time and put it into the Spirit Squad. But graduating was a big accomplishment, and I'm very thankful for that.
And you and I work together all the time on a daily basis in regards to game day and what it looks like in creating that fan experience and being involved with the community as that's a big part of what marketing is. And obviously, BraveHawk is becoming a huge brand for us and a huge component of our brand as well. What are some things that you're super excited about for this upcoming year? Is there something that, as a fan base, our fans need to be looking for, or something that they should be looking forward to?
Well, I have started putting a lot of effort into with last year as well. I wanted to get the crowd a lot more involved. I wanted both teams to be seen a lot more on the floor, especially at football games. We have done a lot more visually. I guess you could say we've been coming out more and, trying to involve some of the kids more and things like that, with letting them come down on the track. And, BraveHawk was a great success this year. We had a very good BraveHawk this past season. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Just everybody enjoying what we're doing. We got a lot of compliments this past season. We had a lot of talent, we had a lot of skills, and we had an amazing BraveHawk. So overall, I just think we put out a good product, and I can only see us, getting better and going up and just doing more things that, get oohs and ahs from the crowd, and are just I just want our entertainment value to continue to grow like it did this past season.
And the entertainment value definitely grew this past season. We're excited to see where it goes and the continued improvement with you at the helm of the program. Definitely some ebb and flows of UNCP Spirit Squad's history. At one point is very cheer heavy, then became very dance heavy, and now it seems to be a very good mix of both with your background. But go ahead, and for everybody listening in, you have a very unique background when it comes to cheer. What is your background there? And you were a former cheerleader here from 2008 to 2012, got your undergraduate degree in 2013. You know this program like the back of your hand. You were a part of it. Now you get to coach it. Take us through that and what your background is to be at the lead of the UNC Pembroke Spirit Squad.
Well, I actually started participating. Well, I was a dancer from the time I was 7 till I was 11. Not, big time dance, but I did do dance previously, and then I got into cheerleading at 11. I continued that all the way up until high school. I also did travel cheer, or all-star cheers. A lot of people may know it, for about 3 years. And then I moved on to UNCP. I completed my 4 years there. We did competitions every year. At that point, we were still, singularly cheer and dance. There hadn't been a grouping of the two together. So I just experienced a lot in the college, atmosphere, and learned a lot. And know a lot about the technicalities of things and how to keep the kids safe. And on the dance side of things, I'm not as well versed in those things, but I had a lot of talent this year, and I take in everything the girls throw at me. I make sure they look their best, and we always collaborate and make sure that everybody's kind of happy with what we're putting out on the floor with cheer and dance. And I just think being so well versed in the cheerleading background, which does involve dance as well, has just given me kind of a, one up, I guess, or some leadway with how I coach things and how I see things, and just trying to put their best foot forward out on the floor. I know what that takes, and I know what that looks like. And my coach in high school was very by the books and taught me a lot and helped me a lot with my skills. And then I also coached high school cheerleading for many years, and just starting coaching at 19 years old has just prepared me, I think, for pretty much anything, and just has given me an eye that lets me know what looks good, what doesn't look good, and when the kids are happy, when the kids aren't happy, and how to compromise and, get the crowd involved and everything like that. So I'm really thankful that I have such a strong background. I think it's probably about 15 or 16 years now. And without that, I don't think I would be where I am or have the success that I had in this past season.
And you mentioned that you got to work with some different high school programs, all of them in the local region. We see a lot of your former cheerleaders that come up to you following games at UNCP basketball games or football games, talking about how much they enjoy seeing you back out at UNCP, but also how much they miss having you as their coach. And, that leads me to another thing. You took one of your teams to a third-place finish at the North Carolina High School Cheerleading State Championships, a huge accomplishment there. But the one thing about the UNC Spirit Squad is it's not your typical recruiting as our other sports and athletes go. They're not scholarship athletes. They all have to try out every single year to make the team. Very difficult, and always bringing the best each and every year as you continue to grow and improve the program like you were mentioning. What does that tryout process look like, and how has being a high school coach in the local region helped with your quote-unquote recruiting of bringing, former athletes to UNC Pembroke to now hopefully be a Spirit Squad member and an athlete here in the UNC Pembroke Athletic Department?
I actually, this past season, I actually had two kids. I hate to call them kids because they are adults, but they're my kids anyways. I had two that actually came and tried out, made the team, and cheered for me this past year that I had coached in high school. So that was a joy because it was nice to have, some familiar faces, and also to have some kids from the county that I had already worked in. To my knowledge, I have some athletes coming from different schools in the county as well this season. So I'm really looking forward to that. I just think being here in the county and having the success that I had with the high schools, because we did go to a lot of competitions. We did win a lot of competitions, and, that's their talent as well as, me just working really hard as a coach. But for the recruiting process, it's nice to know that I have people that know me, know of what I've done with the high schools, and are looking forward to coming in and actually trying out, because I do have a relationship with many of the coaches in the county as well, which also helps with them sending kids my way and, pushing their kids to want to actually be college athletes and not get there and decide that's not something they want to do anymore, or that they may not be good enough, because they kind of know where I stand and I know where they stand, and we're all kind of the same, I guess, in the same playing field and expect the same thing. So it's nice to have that backup, knowing that I do have the high school coaches saying, hey, you should go do this, hey, you should go try out, as well as I have a lot of response from other counties as well, just because some of my past athletes have went out and said, hey, I had a good time on the Spirit Squad this year, it's a good team to be on, you should come try out. So as for recruiting, it's kind of hard. Like you said, we don't have scholarships, and we don't have the normal, you're on the team for the next 4 years. You always have to try out and everything like that. But I think just having my background in the county has really given me a lot more leadway with having people actually want to come and be on the team because they already know some of my accomplishments and some of the things my past teams have already done. And I also have a lot of athletes now. I'm getting to the point where it's been a while, so most of those athletes are graduated from college or, have moved on and done other things. But I had a few athletes as well that were on the Spirit Squad previously before I even got there. So that's another, stepping stone to say, I had kids that came from my high school program and actually went to the college level and cheered at UNCP.
And a unique background and a unique situation. And as you mentioned, the interest just keeps growing for the UNC Pembroke Spirit Squad each and every year. Tryout information is currently available, but I wanted to give you the platform and the opportunity for anybody listening in to share what do they need to do to try out and what are some of the guidelines and stipulations. I know that you've posted a lot of information on the UNCP Spirit Squad Instagram page, so I'll let you pub that as well, and I'll make sure to include any prominent information that you say in the description of the podcast so that fans tuning in can view it that way as well. But I'll let you take a moment and explain the guidelines for tryouts this upcoming year.
Okay. It's a little bit different, obviously. Things are very different right now because of the pandemic and things that are going on. So what we've decided to do this year is a virtual tryout. I have listed tryout material on YouTube. The link is listed on our Spirit Squad page. And once again, that is just UNCP Spirit Squad. We also have a Facebook page where all the information is listed as well. And if you want to, post my email, anybody can email me as well and ask me for a hard copy or email copy of everything that is required. But I'd say what really matters is going to be skill, technique. I want athletes that are coming in knowing what they're doing, that do have previous, experience in dance or cheer. Tumbling is a big question I get all the time. Tumbling is not required. It is, a nice thing to have, but I'm not requiring it. What I'm looking for is somebody that has, strong basic skills, strong technique, and understands dance and understands cheer. I do take males along with females. We are not just a female team. Another thing that's going to play a big role this year is going to be grade point average. You need to have a 2.2 if you were already a member at UNCP, even if you weren't an athlete or anything like that. And if you're coming in as a freshman, I would prefer that you do have a 2.0 GPA or higher. I just need people that have good attitudes, that want to be there. Like you said, it's not a scholarship program. We don't give out money. These kids do this, because this is what they want to do. This is something that they look forward to. But it is a great program to be a part of. We do a lot of things within the school. We do a lot of things within the community. And they are recognized quite a bit. And like I said, it's not a monetary thing, but it is a great thing to carry with you in your future. I love being able to say, I cheered at UNCP for 4 years. I was a part of, UNCP's cheerleading team, the Spirit Squad, and it's just, something that's always there, something that you can always talk about, and it's kind of like a legacy thing, I guess you could say. And it's just time, dedication. You have to want to be there, and you have to want to work hard. And another thing is this year we will be competing, dance and cheer. We didn't compete this year, due to Corona and other things that went on, but we are going to be a competition team this year. So it just has to be something you really want to do and something that you are skilled at and, have a passion for and enjoy, because if you don't, it's not going to be a good time, because it's a lot different than high school cheer. It's a lot more time consuming. It's every day, Monday through Thursday, I'd say. Sometimes Fridays you're doing something. Saturdays you have games, you have basketball appearances and all kinds of things like that. So I'm just really looking for skilled, dedicated people with good attitudes that want to be there.
And Spirit Squad makes such a big difference on game days and in our community. I encourage anybody that's interested to definitely check out the UNCP Spirit Squad Instagram or Facebook page and get more of those details so that you can reach out to Coach Freeman. Coach, we always end every interview with a fun and thought-provoking question, some more thought-provoking than others. I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. This one will be pretty simple, but I'm hoping for a fun and creative answer. What's the best Wi-Fi name you have seen?
Oh, God. the best Wi-Fi name I have seen? Ooh, I don't know. That's a good question. I really don't have an answer for that right now. I think I'd have to look, to be honest. I've seen many Wi-Fi names, but nothing is coming to
Have
mind right now.
you ever had a creative one?
No, I'm always pretty boring. I always kind of stick with the, name or anything like that. But I know I've seen some interesting ones. I might have to get back to you on that one because right now I'm drawing a blank, if you want me to be honest.
I will tell you one just so that we give our fans something to think about for it. I saw one the other week, and it said Nacho Wi-Fi. So it's Nacho Wi-Fi. And I thought that was pretty good. Play on words, pretty punny. Definitely gave me a good laugh as I was trying to get my internet working and connected. But, Coach, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. Again, congratulations on all the improvement the UNCP Spirit Squad has made. We're very excited to see what you guys accomplish as a competitive team this upcoming year at UNCP football. Again, season tickets are now on sale, uncbraves.com/tickets. Make sure to grab yours today so that you can see the UNCP football team and the UNCP Spirit Squad team in action this upcoming year when fans are allowed to return to Grace P. Johnson Stadium. Coach, thanks again for joining us. I really appreciate it. Once again, a special thanks to head UNC Pembroke Spirit Squad coach Kristen Freeman for joining us on today's episode of BraveHawk Talk, the UNC Pembroke Athletics podcast. Hey Brave Nation, how are you preparing for Father's Day weekend? Is it with an ice-cold Pepsi? Make sure to share your Pepsi picks with us. Tag us at UNCP_sports on Twitter or Instagram. Again, that's Pepsi Picks Challenge at UNCP_sports for Father's Day weekend. Enjoy your Father's Day weekend with an ice-cold Pepsi. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in Brave Nation. Thanks for your continued support of UNC Pembroke Athletics. Up next, we have rising sophomore from the women's basketball team, our Scotland Healthcare Student Athlete of the Week, Alcenia Purnell, better known as AP. AP, how's it going? Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. It's going well. Everything's going well.
COVID-19 is proving very challenging and is dragging on, so it seems and feels, although for very good reason as it continues to be a global pandemic and global issue. But what are some things that you've been doing to stay busy and stay active during the pandemic along with your siblings?
For the most part, I've been focusing on my conditioning because I can't really get on a court right now. So I've been running outside on hills and working out with my trainer. And outside of basketball or the athletics, we've been hanging out as a family mostly, and I've been going to work with my dad. He's a tattoo artist, so I've been helping him around the shop and stuff. So, yeah.
Nice. That is such a unique job and really takes a creative and artistic eye that I'm sure we'll have to talk with you and him more about that. And is there a favorite tattoo that you've seen so far that he's worked on, or is there one that he talks about that he's like, man, this one was really cool that I got to do today?
Yeah. One time I was coming home to visit, and this guy got this really cool Spider-Man tattoo on his leg. And it was kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was like he was kind of inside his leg or like in the skin. I don't know. But it looked really cool. And the colors were popping, so.
Like a really realistic piece type thing? That's awesome. I do not have tattoos. I don't have a desire for them on me, but I really enjoy looking at them. I really do think they're creative pieces of art, especially when they mean something to that specific person. You mentioned how much time you're spending with your dad. Father's Day weekend is this weekend. What are your plans to celebrate him?
Well, because we're trying to stay inside, we're going to be grilling out and just opening gifts for him and just bonding as a family for the most part. We normally go out to dinner, but it's best for us to stay home and grill.
I think that's a very wise decision, especially where you are. And, you still get to spend time together and still get to celebrate him. But, You mentioned how much family means to you, and your other family, your family away from home, is here with the UNC Pembroke women's basketball team. You just finished your freshman year, and a great year that it was for you. You became an impact player pretty quickly for the UNCP women's basketball program. What was your freshman experience like, and what are some things that you're really looking forward to for your sophomore year?
My freshman experience was great. I think I had really great opportunity for playing time. Unfortunately, T got hurt, but she was a really great leader. She helped me off and on the court, making sure that she knew I was going to have to be a leader one day. So she prepped me for that. And my freshman year, I honestly coming in, I was just thinking, okay, know your role, perform your best, and just work hard as much as you can. And, so I just had that opportunity. I got my confidence up, started scoring more in high school. I never really scored that much because I played around great players that I looked for to score. So I would just look for them to score and not look for my scoring. But at Pembroke, I had the opportunity to show what I could do, and Coach Haskins and everyone was very supportive of it. So I feel like I really had a great opportunity.
And you took advantage of the opportunity, over 220 points in your freshman year with almost 60 assists at the guard position. A great start to your campaign here as a Brave. What are you most looking forward to in your sophomore season, and what are some of the goals that you're setting for this upcoming season?
I'm looking forward to meeting the freshmen because we had a lot of seniors leave. I'm looking forward to meeting them. I'm looking forward to just getting back on the court and practicing. I really miss the family atmosphere. Some goals, I feel like for me personally, is to become more of a leader and become more talkative. I know people are saying you're just a freshman, but I try not to have that mindset, and I try to look at myself as leader so people can look up, because if we have that, we could possibly win more games. And then if I start talking, everyone else will be talking on the court. So I just want to get that. And I feel like as a team, if we just play together and work really well, we're going to be new, we're going to be young. So I feel like if we get that early start and start working together and bonding, I feel like we're going to be fine this year.
And it always takes a leader to accomplish team goals, but you always have to work together. And you've really been a spark plug for the team. You bring a lot of energy every day to practice, and every time we see you, you're always super energetic, bubbly, happy to be here, and you bring that to the court each and every day. We've heard some of your teammates talk about your energy and how your goal it seems to be to make them smile. Do you have a favorite memory from this past year, or is there something in particular that's your go-to to always get your teammates to smile?
Honestly, they're all just random. I can't really think of a good memory right now, but just practices were always fun. I just really enjoyed them. I'm trying to think of what. I honestly don't know. I would normally do like some weird dance in the middle of like a drill or something while coach isn't looking, but yeah, I don't really know.
And you're a student athlete of many talents, although you claim your talents are maybe not as great as we seem to brag on you for, but you always mess with your teammates, and I know you mess with now associate head coach, Coach Eaton, with your Chinese when y'all are working on free throws and things like that. Tell us about that, and obviously we know you still have some work to go to learn some more of it. I don't even know if you're looking to learn more of it, but where does that come from for you?
Yeah, so in high school, you have the options. You have the option to take a foreign language. So I decided to take Chinese because it seemed like the easiest course for my school, and the teacher was really fun. So I took Chinese 1 and Chinese 2 and passed with the A. So I was kind of good when I was studying it, but I kind of lost track of it. But I know a few words.
Is it something that you want to continue learning, or was it just fun in high school and you're good with the little bit that you know now type thing?
I did want to keep learning it, In the beginning of quarantine, I actually started going back and starting over on online websites to learn again, but then I lost focus and started doing other things. So, but I would love to go back and learn it.
And what are, obviously it takes a continual learner to be a student of the game, but also in life you have to be willing to continually learn to be successful. What are your goals after your playing career and after your time at UNC Pembroke is done? What are kind of your career aspirations moving forward?
In a few years, I would like to. Well, I plan on getting my tattoos license this year. I want to follow my dad's footsteps and be a tattoo artist. For right now, that's my goal. And I would like to later in the future open up my own shop, or have open chairs for people to work in my shop. So that's kind of my goal right now. But first, I have to get my license and everything. But that's what I'm working on.
That's very cool. And again, it just ties back into that Father's Day message. And it's so cool, the relationship that you have, that you've, really not necessarily a true apprenticeship since it's within the family, but that you're getting to kind of learn the ropes and understand the business mindset of what it takes to run that business and be a leader and manage your office space and those around you. AP, I really appreciate you taking the time to join us today on BraveHawk Talk, the UNC Pembroke Athletics podcast. As I referred to before we got on, you know that we're going to finish every interview with a fun and thought-provoking question. Here's your question. You can take as much time as you need to give us your answer, but I think with your creative mind, I think it's going to be a good one. What secret conspiracy would you like to start?
Let's see. Well, there are a whole bunch of conspiracies right now, but which I would start that are little people in the grass. I don't know. That there are little people in the grass that keep the grass growing. I honestly don't know. I can't think of one.
I think that's pretty good though. So we're saying almost like leprechauns that are in the grass helping to keep everything green and keep the grass growing. I don't think that's a bad one. There used to be, my high school coach used to play jokes because there would be ring spots in our field from the sun or like bugs that would get into the field. And he used to tell them that the reason they were like half moon circles was because the bugs only had one wing. And so they could only turn that direction. That's why there was like these weird arches in the grass. So, it definitely convinced some of our pitchers in high school. So you never know, AP. We could have a new conspiracy here that there are people in the grass, villages like Smurfs, that are helping keep the grass growing. So we'll roll with it. We'll let you slide by with that answer. But AP, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to join us today. It's always fun to watch you play, your energy on the court and around campus as well. I hope you have a great Father's Day weekend, and we really look forward to seeing you back on campus here soon.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Once again, a special thanks to our Scotland Healthcare Student Athlete of the Week, Alcenia Purnell, along with UNC Pembroke Head Spirit Squad Coach Kristen Freeman, for joining us on today's episode of BraveHawk Talk, the UNC Pembroke Athletics podcast. Once again, I'm Bull Slavin, your host, Assistant Athletic Director for Marketing Partnerships, and I greatly appreciate you taking the time to tune in to today's episode. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to our YouTube page, and don't forget to follow us on all forms of social media at UNCP_sports on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok as well. Also, a happy Father's Day again to all the fathers in Brave Nation who are tuning in. We greatly appreciate your support of UNC Pembroke Athletics, and I'll see you at game day.